What's up? What's up? Welcome to episode 3 of Getting Stoned with your host, Stone Petoskey. All right, y'all, here we go. Got another little episode here to kind of spend some time together. And again, I just want to say thank you for tuning in, for taking your precious time to connect, because that's what it's about, right? Connection. It's this interbeing, the web of life. And we can talk and listen to one another all over the world now, and that's just incredibly exciting and profound. Yeah. It's what does that mean, right? It's as a species, as a being, we've created through this technology, our minds and our hearts, our bodies, and brought this to life. It's rad stuff, man. Faux show. So while I'm thinking of it, I just wanted to say that another aspect of this podcast, I talked about it last week. One part of it is just like how our life is our work of art, right? And that's what we bring to the world. Just comes through us to the world. Okay, so that's one component of this podcast, and the other sort of thing I want to bring into it, when the point arrives finally, when we have some guests, and I'm so excited for that. I can't wait. Is to tap into the concept of what getting stoned means with respect to how that shifts our perspectives. Okay, so, and that can happen in any number of ways. Obviously it can happen through intense exercise, when we're making love, fasting, obviously, medicines, the psychedelic medicines, plant medicines can play a role in that sort of expansion of consciousness idea. And what happens when we shift, from our normal day-to-day sense of consciousness and existence, and we sort of get nudged off our spot, right? Like, through these, different techniques and experiences, and we move into an altered state of consciousness. And I think that's also something that's been fascinating for me, and I wanted for that to also be a part of the Getting Stoned podcast. I think we can learn a lot from each other when it comes to existence, and how the choices we make, how the actions we bring to the dance, the moves, as it were. Feeling those moves, moving and grooving, baby. Yeah. Dance, actually, what an amazing way to like shift our consciousness and get stoned, and move. Dancing is one of my favorite ways, actually, of shifting my awareness and elevating my state. So that's the other part of the Getting Stoned podcast that I wanted to convey to you, as far as like, what is all this about? What are we doing here? Why are you here listening? And what I really, the intention is to offer, through other people that I would be able to have on here and get their input, and what I would bring to the table, and it is really an offering. It's genuinely that. So from my heart and my mind, my soul, I offer that, and that's the intention behind the podcast for sure. So our life's a work of art, and when we get stoned, we have a that's another way of saying, you know, our perspective shifts, and there's so many beautiful and magical ways we can do that, and do it together, even as well. I think is something that you know, because humans, you know, we do best when we're, you know, when we relate, when we're in relationship with one another and our community and our and the earth, the planet, you know, all the other beings that us two-leggeds share our existence with, you know. So that's the I just kind of wanted to put that out there and just speak on that a little bit, and just to give a little bit better idea of what we're all about here. So all right. So what do we got today? We got you know, again, it's just going to be me, so we're going to keep on keeping on with that, you know, and just bringing that love, man, bringing that positivity, bringing that good vibe, bringing the questions and the conversation, and you know, you put it, you know, it's like that. I don't think I'll do it today. I got a song, it's called Boomerang, and it's that whole idea of like what we throw out there, you know, circles and comes back around, right? And so you know, we're all about putting love and positivity and joy and compassion and, you know, goodness, right, out into the airwaves, as it were, to uplift the vibe. And I think that's really, you know, that's to me has always been super important, you know. And I've benefited so much when I was, you know, feeling sad, or whether I was mourning or just kind of lethargic, or you know, just down for whatever, you know, the reasons were. It was to this day when that happens, I'm always so grateful that there's people that are out there putting out those vibes, those healing vibes, and I can like pick up on it, you know, through a book or through a song or through a film, or you know, it's through a painting, you know, that heals, you know. And I'm so touched, I'm so moved, I'm so grateful for all those, again, those artists out there that are, you know, that are all of us, right? I mean, that's what this is about. That's what we're talking about here, is this. It's all, you know, that's our work as artists, right? And you know, in that way we learn from each other, and we help each other to heal and grow, and you know, just expand our understanding, and, you know, deepen our awareness and our appreciation, and you know, that's some beautiful stuff right there, for sure. Now, speaking of that, I've got you know, come on now, you know who this is, right? You know, I mean, not much needs to be said as far as I'm concerned. You know, Mr. King was he's talk about elevated, man. I mean, talk about an elevated consciousness. Yeah, he had a lot of wisdom to throw down, and touched a lot of people's lives, and you know, was human just like all of us, right? I mean, that's also what makes each of us so beautiful, is that we have, you know, things that are They're scars. If if you want to call them that, it's a scar, it's a wound, or it's a part where we ache, or we've been damaged, and that part of life is intrinsic, really. So yeah, is an extraordinarily special human being. Yeah, I just thought my dad, when he did his I Have a Dream speech down there in Washington, my dad went down to it. He went there for that whole event, you know, which I always thought was pretty cool, pretty cool. So, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna read a little something from Martin here, a little bit of Martin for us today. What do you say? All right. Another way that you love your enemy is this: when the opportunity presents itself for you to defeat your enemy, that is the time when you must not do it. There will come a time, in many instances, when the person who hates you the most, the person who has misused you the most, the person who has gossiped about you the most, the person who has spread false rumors about you the most, there will come a time when you will have an opportunity to defeat that person. It might be in terms of a recommendation for a job. It might be in terms of helping that person to make some move in life. That's the time you must do it. That is the meaning of love. In the final analysis, love is not this sentimental something that we talk about. It's not merely an emotional something. Love is creative, understanding, goodwill for all men. It's the refusal to defeat any individual. When you rise to the level of love, of its great beauty and power, you seek only to defeat evil systems. Individuals who happen to be caught up in that system, you love, but you seek to defeat the system. Man, I don't even, I mean, like, yeah, I got goosebumps, man. When it's just too, it's, I'm feeling like all affected just by reading some words and connecting to that language that this brilliant, like, loving, soulful man wrote on a piece of paper and then read out to, thousands and thousands of people. See, that's the thing with this stuff. It just resonates through time. It's unbelievable to me. It's just unbelievable. It's undeniable. It's unbelievable. It's magical. It's so where it's at. It's like that's just the essence. It's the primordial essence of it. And thank you, Dr. King, for being you, and for bringing your art, making your life's work of art about all of us. Yeah. And then you, like, bringing the individual down, and just sort of the small-mindedness and small-heartedness of that, and even when in that moment that you could defeat someone, that you choose instead to lift them up, to love them, to support them, to honor their struggle, and to empathize with it, knowing you have struggled too, and you're going to help them ascend, even though you could defeat them. I mean, that's as profound, man. I mean, like, who's doing that right now? I mean, a lot of us are. Don't get me wrong. There's millions of us doing it every day. But like, from the leadership perspective of things, man, I'm not feeling a whole bunch of that, man. And I think Martin talked a lot. That was one of his big things, and that's where he's saying, defeat the system. It's like the system ain't working for people, anymore. If it did ever, I don't know. I mean, certainly. You could probably argue pretty persuasively that it hasn't been working, but for a real small group of people from the jump, right? It's like the system. It's time. I mean, can't you feel that? I mean, I feel it. I feel it 100%, man. I feel it. The system is it's on its last legs. It's crumbling. It needs to be defeated. It's time for it to be defeated, and for a new way that honors interbeing, like our again, that web of connection that we all are in here, that honors that. And the notion of interbeing, I think, it was a huge component of what Martin Luther King was talking about. Our brothers and sisters, man. We're all brothers and sisters. It's a human family. Make no mistake. To talk about it otherwise is to be stuck in a restricted kind of consciousness. There's a few people that talk about these different stages of consciousness that humans can inhabit, and there's Ken Wilber. I think Sri Aurobindo had something similar, these, Carl Jung, there's like these stages of consciousness that you can inhabit, and as you work on yourself and you cultivate that, making your life a work of art, you can move into those different states of consciousness, so, and again, like that's a part of what this show's all about. So again, thank you, Martin Luther King. Thank you. I'm going to, as far as like that whole idea of the system, I'm going to do a tune here, because that's what we like to do here, right? Now we just do a little song. It's actually related to that, so I'm going to go with that. I'm going to do this one. It's called "Rise Up." Rise up, y'all. Rise up, y'all. Had that silver spoon in your mouth all your life. Ain't got no idea about struggle or strife. You and your friends, they ain't got no clue. The soldiers of freedom are coming, man, to give you what you do. I'm gonna rise up, freedom come to town. Babylon must bow, y'all, down to the ground. Gonna rise up, ha ha, freedom come to town. Babylon must fall, y'all, down to the ground, down to the ground. So damn tired of being slave for your machine. Time has come for us to live out our dreams. You can't keep us down, we won't take it no more. Our hearts are full of love. The soldiers of freedom are busting down hate's door. Gonna rise up. We're gonna rise up. Freedom come to town. Babylon must bow y'all down to the ground. We're gonna rise up. Ha ha. Freedom come to town. Babylon must bow y'all down to the ground. Down to the ground. Down to the ground now. Ah, down to the ground. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Rise up, y'all. Rise up. Come on now. Yeah. Yeah, like that song, man. It's like, to me, it's like I would love to do that with like a band, you know, like do it all, you know, either like put this reggae vibe to it, you know, with that whole, you know, kind of vibe, or like just punk rock it up, you know, go full on like Clash, you know, just get right in there, you know, get in the, you know, the mud and in the rain and the darkness of the streets of London, you know, and just, you know, feel all that, you know. Oh, such a, oh, rise up, man, rise up, feel the love, you know, feel the love, feel the goodness. You know, I think we have so much to be grateful for, and we have so much work to do. There's you know, there's so much happening right now with this virus and all of the, oh geez, the ebbs and the flows and the unknowns and the lefts and the rights, and it's just a real trip we're on for sure. And you know, we don't know what's coming up around the bend. We never do. You know, control's an illusion. The future's a mystery. You know, and you know, we just love, man. Just love and be there for one another, and you know, just, yeah, I don't know. It's like so important to honor that in ourselves. See yourself reflected in the other. They are your sister. They are your brother. We're in this for one another. So don't run and hide. Decide what matters to you and then follow through. This is your chance. Ain't no happenstance. So open your heart and dance. Yeah, sometimes I just like to, you know, make rhymes up, you know, in the moment, right? Because it's fun and it's real. So I want to say thank you again. Thank you so much for being here, for sharing your precious time with me. Until next time, yo, peace out, yo.